Hello everyone! Welcome back to some more Tyranny. Let's go check on that ability we got with Barrack. Okay, what is this? A combo ability, so we have a second one with him, once per rest. Swords and javelins emerge from Barrack's armor and fly into a cloud of iron above the Fatebinder. These weapons begin to rain down in a storm around the Fatebinder, damaging enemies nearby. Radius of 4 meters. 15 projectiles? That are each doing 14 to 32 pierce damage? Oh, wait. I mean, that says 15, but then this says 5. Maybe each, like, it targets 3 people and does 5 each? I'm not sure. But still, that's pretty cool. Now, I guess we go talk to the... Oh. Hey, there's Tunon. We talk to these other Fatebinders? Oh, you know, Chucklebones. The hell's Chucklebones? Look at all these Fatebinders here. Hello, Fatebinder Furia. The circumstances were... Well, it was madness, Your Honor. No one could expect it to act in a rational way. No? Perhaps I expect too much of my servants. Is that it? No, Your Honor, but if you hear my testimony, I think you'll understand. I see a better alternative has presented itself. Fatebinder, will you audience this case in my stead? I'm curious what manner of conclusions you draw. Oh boy. Okay. What? Yeah, I'm gonna say, nah, Tunon, not now. Listen, man, I'm busy. Gotta go grab a bite to eat or something. Oh boy. Okay. I wanted to talk to these people to get leads on what was going on. I didn't realize... I did reload the game between the last video and this one, so maybe that kind of spawned this new event. I'm assuming? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm afraid it's a sensitive matter. I was away from the city, seeing to a military camp when I discovered 2 Scarlet Corps soldiers defiling a woman. A local from the Tiers? Yes, and I understand that it's a common enough occurrence in that army, but I couldn't stand for it. I was brought up to know better. I was taught to be better. Implying that Tunon taught her better. What happened next? I fought the recruits, they fought back, but in the end my skills won out. After they were both dead, I let the poor woman go. Their gang boss witnessed everything, though he didn't intervene until it was all done. I was trussed up and brought back to court in a wagon, where you find me now. And what fine company you made on the journey over. Oh, the gang boss, Chucklebones. What a chucklehead. I don't know. The defendant is charged with the murder of subjects who were owed the protection of Kairos' law. Fatebinder, I assume you wish to cross-examine. Why isn't the victim of assault a matter of concern? I am really curious. She was a denizen of the Tiers. She has no rights under Kairos' law. This is a simple murder trial, and the defendant stands before you. Oh. Because we haven't, like, officially taken over the Tiers yet, so they don't fall under law, so therefore they're not protected? Huh. I would caution against burning yourself with extraneous variables. So I gotta set myself aside from the situation. Me as a person, I'm definitely on Fatebinder Furious side. Duh. Like, defiling of any sort is bad. But as a character, under Tunon, I have to look at the person who is defiled as not important at all, I guess, which is weird. But hey, that's part of role-playing. The gang boss didn't intervene at all. Did you speak with the... let's start with this one. If my recruits couldn't defend themselves against a glorified clerk, then their lives were forfeit as far as I was concerned. Good riddance. I'm still happy to get satisfaction out of the matter. The law is the law. All he did was joke about how the court would be merciless. Laughed all the way to the bastard city. Didn't seem particularly bent out of shape over his lost men. That sounds about right. Jeez. Not even trying to... Alright. Only briefly. She thanked me before fleeing. I didn't want to keep her. she'd suffered enough at the hands of those soldiers. Okay. I think I can see where this is going. Would my character even start that? Man. Because I'm thinking this is a way to maybe have it so that the lady is actually under the Kairos' law. Because she's like, I wanted to join the army, therefore she'd be under Kairos' law, therefore we can prosecute, or let Fatebinder Furia go. And again, that's what I would do as a person. But as this guy, who's only following Tunon, do we bend the law here? Oh, God. I have to click this. I have to click this. She glances at you with frank curiosity. The army, not that I... And she definitely wasn't in the area for that very purpose. So yeah, this is exactly going where I thought it was going to go. Damn it. Role-playing as the character, I can't do that. If we are the champion of justice, we are the representative of the law of Kairos, and that law states that this lady, though terrible what happened, is not actually protected by the law. So why would I guide Fatebinder Furia to try and make it so that she was? The only reason I would have to do that is if I was really close friends with Fatebinder Furia, but we don't know if I am. Damn it. This goes against what I want to do, but as a character, yeah. Do you regret your actions? She frowns in thought. No, if our positions were reversed, I would have wanted someone to step in on my behalf. Kairos' law be damned. Ooh, that's not going to help the case. Suppose I should keep my distance from the Scarlet Chorus in the future. I might not be able to restrain myself if I saw it happening again. Damn. Very good. Present the verdict and let us be done with this unpleasant affair. Damn it, man. As role-playing, there's only one answer here, I think. Again, unless we were friends with Fatebinder. Ugh. It's hard. I always play as a good guy. Not as a totally neutral party, which I have to play here, because that's who we are. And by the law, she did murder protected subjects for the fate of someone who's not protected. Damn it. Alright, we gotta go with one. Damn it. Yep, you gave... Yep, see? Tunon... Yeah. I don't know, maybe you gain favor with Tunon for just handling this situation in general, but I think... Yeah, this all makes sense. I understand your position. I hope that you are never placed in mine. Come along. It's the headsman axe for you. Fuck. An exacting and literal execution of the law as I could ever give. Thank you for your attention to the case. Dismissed. Damn. Like, everything about me as a person goes against what I just did there. But, you gotta uphold the law, huh? Alright. Fatebinder, you return. Rogalis looks you up and down with an inscrutable expression. You look as if you have questions for me to untangle. Ask. I am feeling generous. Okay, let's ask this one. We know little enough about the ancient structures, save that they predate all historical record. The forbidding ruins crisscross the tiers in North alike centuries before we raised our cities. The only one old enough to guess is likely Kairos. I don't even know what the Bane is. The Bane are found in the old walls, but much of their defining qualities still escape me. They are creatures of smoke, claw, and fang. If you find yourself unfortunate enough to fight one, remember that spells are effective against them, but grab the attention of others lurking near. Okay. I thought these people would lead me to clues. I maybe just gotta kind of dig in. Nox Mira, the archon of pestilence, was disliked in her circles. When she opened her eyes to see and her mouth to speak, it is said that flies would gust into the air, swarming so thick as to blacken the sky. She died in the 20th year of her birth, following a string of unusual and grotesque symptoms. That sounds terrible. You need to be more specific than that, I'm afraid. There is, on last count, slightly more than a handful. Wait, there's Fatebinders of... Are we the Fatebinder of Justice now, then? I didn't realize we had titles like this. Nunnaval's keen, brash, and a hardy braggart with a fondness for bloodshed, he can be utterly unbearable at times. His justice is fair, even if he skews toward rather exacting and uncompromising punishments at times. Okay. Callio is the finest among us. Her discernment is beyond reproach, and she is perhaps Tunan's favorite. She has a mind for suspicion and observation that makes others uneasy. We who operate within the confines of the law have nothing to fear, of course. What about me? You follow an orderly path, regimented and organized. Perhaps too orderly for our station, but that is neither here nor there if you execute your job with wisdom. Be sure you don't stray to the path of chaos. Down that way lies rebellion. Okay. Don't really. I will not speak of the sages. They are no better than charlatans and cons, wholly selfish in their ill pursuit to hoard all knowledge from others. They are self-blinded by their own deceptions and clever manipulations. They alone cause their own undoing and are solely to blame for the burning library? Oh, the Vellum Citadel. Okay. Alright, well, thank you, I guess. Tokshen, I see you've returned to the fold. Your exploits and venture as well are the matter of some discussion. The Fatebinder of Balance regards you with a discerning eye, and for a moment you feel as if she is trying to peer into the very depths of your mind. What can I do for you? Touches a gentle hand to your shoulder. There have been whispers that Cairn grew disloyal to Graven Ash's command during the campaign in Azure. I took up the mantle of investigation near Plains Gate, and judging the rumors to be true, dispatched Cairn by proclaiming Kairos' Edict of Stone. The very earth turned against the traitorous Archon as the region split asunder in righteous judgment. Damn. Have you been spying on me? Don't act so surprised. It's my duty to ensure that those who operate under the Adjudicator's name adhere to the spirit of his law, if not the very letter. And those who don't will be dealt with swiftly and efficiently at the point of the Blendon Mark's blade. Fatebinder slips a slim dagger from the folds of her purple garb, flipping the weapon almost idly in the air. Of course, that is assuming I don't dispatch them first. I take my duty seriously, and I'm very, very good at it. Okay. Tunon sends me on assignments here and there. I settle disputes between the locals when the Adjudicator is otherwise occupied. Everything from trade disagreement to pushing chorus squatters out of the basements. Tunon is our overlord's fair and exacting Adjudicator. He speaks with the voice of Kairos' law, and his word is judgment. All of this and more you can learn by asking him yourself. Go on, or does he intimidate you still? You're not jesting. Get out of here. This is true. I'm less concerned about the armies than the archons themselves. There can be no order when mountains collide. Who would you see as a champion? I mean, we are on the disfavored troops side here. So I guess we'll go with him. There is wisdom behind your reasoning. Wars are won through cunning, strategy, and strength. The disfavored are outmatched only in number on the battlefield. Let's see. Considering their opposition, Ash and his soldiers more than make up the difference. Alright. And then this dude. Oh. Gained favor with tuning just by talking to this guy. Ah, Tokshen. You return unscathed and more acclaimed than ever, as seems to be your way. The Fatebinder of War claps your good nature. Wait. The Fatebinder of War claps you good naturally. Oh, with excessive strength in the back. Okay. Come, you must regale me with all that your journey has held. I could use a moment of respite between friends. Okay. Speak as you wish. I'd pay a boar's weight in rings to know your thoughts. Okay. Let us speak freely. Yeah, I kind of. They can be rather unsettling, can't they? Even to one such as me. But I can assure you, the innocent need not fear their objective, emotionless gaze. How many faces does he have? Silent face. The silent face is the face that Tunon shows to us now, and for that we are fortunate beyond belief. The silent face is a patient face. A face for listening as Tunon presides over all matters brought to the court, taking great pains to ensure all sides of an issue are heard. Tunon's last known donning of the face of resolve was the moment he judged and called ruin to half the districts in the bastard city. Since then he has ruled our northern tier justly, calmly, and with efficient diplomacy. Face that is no more. Tunon is said to have worn a third mask in aeons past. I have heard rumor that the face displeased Kairos and thus was destroyed, as happens to all persons and objects that displease our overlord. In the way that you or I would change our arraignment? No, not as such. And yet, I have seen the masks shift. They switch without the adjudicator or anyone as so much as laying a hand on them. It's not something you can watch unfold. After a time, you merely realize it has already happened. Okay. Sure. Rubs finger against the line of stubble along his cheek. We are a relatively young order, though we have spanned these past 2 centuries. While the voices of Narad and Graven Ash need armies to execute their will, Tunon wields but a modest court of vassals. We exist as the extension of his law. There is no place in all of Taratus beyond our judgment. Okay. With friends like these, our work is often self-explanatory. Scarlet Chorus soldiers hail from every corner of the realm. As the chorus marches, it conscripts indiscriminately from those it has conquered to replenish its ranks. There is no continuity or of command in the chorus. Narod allows, encourages even, the strong to challenge their leaders. But the chorus has numbers, and brute force is almost always a viable solution, much as Rogalus insists otherwise. Besides, the Scarlet Chorus draws strength from multitudes of swallows. Its blood chanters have taken knowledge from various tier mystics, and many of the chorus' best soldiers were grown here in the south. The disfavored are the iron tip of Kairos' great phalanx, armed with the best weapons, the most comprehensive training, and led by the brilliant Graven Ash. The disfavored have no equals in open battle. The Legion has a saying, Graven Ash protects, and it's no empty boast. The Archon of War is able to lend his will and strength to his soldiers and give them endurance beyond human limits. I have great respect for the disfavored, but I know where I stand with them. They are a very close-knit band, all of them from northern families, many of them related to each other. But considering our role in the Great Hierarchy, I can't fault General Ash for being selective. Oh yeah, by the way, hey, I've claimed that spire. Okay. So the court's whisperers are true. The Fatebinder rubs his fingers along the underside of his chin. After a moment, he offers you a wistful sort of smile. Someday I would like to witness for myself this tower that has risen above the realms like a blade thrust into the sky. Have you not yet tired of my tales, Tokshen? I do admit I never tire of telling them. Very well then, let me champion the feats of my conquest. Let the glory of Kairos' reign fall on any ears that would hear of it. If but you could have come with me, my brother, on my latest mission to Haven. It was a rousing venture, rife with bloodshed and intrigue. Inspired by the Vendrian Guard, House Dusinius had a change of heart regarding her loyalties to the Overlord, so I rode without rest on rumors that they had fled to Ardent. Several days of hounding passed before I was able to locate them and rend their bellies. By my blade, the blood that once ruled Haven ran red in the streets. Damn. Alright, well. I guess that's it for them. Do we want to talk to the... Oh, Bitter Quip. I remember you.
I got it.
We'll see if they have any kind of like side quests or something. Fatebinder. The lieutenant gives you a curt nod. I'm ill at ease in this polished hall, but I admit that it's a reprieve from the battlefield and training grounds. If Ash needs me to stay here and represent his interests throughout the occupation, then I'll be up to the task. It can't be worse than our days in the Thyans Crossing. Joking aside, you were generous to grant the disfavored control over the city. Even the Iron Legion needs a break from the front every once in a while. Okay. Whoa! Hey! 45 seconds. Allied, not self. Shielded for 80 damage for 30 seconds. Holy sh... Okay.
Will do.
That's pretty good. Let's go piss off the Scarlet Chorus. Fatebinder. You're no stranger to Tunon's court, but I prefer to spend as little time here as possible. In spite of these closed walls, I feel strangely exposed. Fair warning, when you backed Ash, you were as good as signing your death warrant, but we shouldn't discuss such matters in a court of law. You'll make our time in the Tears an interesting one, won't you? He smiles for an uncomfortably long time. Of course you will. Yeah, I don't think they like us. Just a feeling I get. Alright, so now we gotta go to Ironhearth. Oh, wait. No, we have to have a cutscene. Is that Bladen? Or Blendon? Hello, Blendon! You have no allegiance to anything. Welcome back, kid. Amusing as it would have been to watch the edict drop, I guess I'm glad you lived. Blendon Mark, Archon of Shadows, rouses from a faraway stare, turning to face you with a wry smile. Though he stands still, he seems to sift in and out of the shadows that shroud him. Okay. Here you threw your rings on Graven Ash's side. Not a bad bet to pick the Archon of War. But tell me the truth. Did you go with Ash because it seemed like the right thing to do, or because supporting the Voices was a worse option? What's it to you, Archon of the Elderly? Holy sh... Wow, why would you say that? We'll go with this one. Wow, Blendon really likes that. The disfavored are nothing if not blindly devoted to their general, and though few in number, they are surprisingly difficult to kill. I don't have to like it to understand it. We both have our ways for turning the tides of war. All that matters is that the Edict of Execution was stayed. Those stationed at Vendrian's Well should be thanking you for their lives. Now I assume you're off to go meet with Ash, but first, you and I need to have a little chat. Okay. Everyone's keeping an eye on you, because you did something nobody has done before. Got a guess as to what that might be? Dude, the glare styling is back. Probably this one? Yeah! You're not wrong. That was definitely a shock, but I doubt it's the sole reason you've made the tears tremble. Proclaiming an edict isn't new. Neither is surviving or resolving the commandments of an edict. But you're the first to proclaim and resolve the very same edict, and it didn't kill you. In one fell swoop, you survived your second edict, resolved the very one you had proclaimed, and woke an arcane structure that slept for several centuries. And why should I care about any... Kairos only knows if you should, but others will hear of what you've done, and they'll assume it's important. They could come to see you as a rival for the Overlord's attention and seek to remedy the problem of your rising significance. I don't care what you do with the information, but you should know the danger you're in now that you've put yourself on the map. Sticking with the disfavored is a smart idea, kid. At least. Smarter than getting mixed up with the Archon of Secrets. You'll never really be one of them, but if you value Ash's warriors, they'll serve you the best they can. Thanks for the advice. The Archon of Shadows shrugs to you in farewell, but his golden eyes are alight with interest as he watches you. Man, you just gained a ton of favor. Where's that favorite thing? Wrong screen. Look at that! Already favor rank 2. Blindemark was impressed by your cunning ways, was pleased by your sly ways. Huh. Alright. Interesting. Archon of Shadows. A lot of Archons around here. Okay. So we need to go down here. 4 days. Oh, wait. Actually, let's see if that, let's go see if that person we hired is there. Hey! Fatebinder returns wearing scent of scared prey. She yips a laugh. Has fresh kill, yes? Stone Stalker tribe. Yes, yes, we'll show human. Okay. Hey, that's better than nothing. Thank you. I traveled here for just that, huh? Although I guess we could rest here. What is this resting bonus we have? +5 to all skills. Spire rest bonus. Well, we're not timed, so sure. Let's re-up on the rest bonus. And then I think we're going to end this episode here because I'm sure there's going to be a long conversation ahead of us at the Iron Hearth, I'm assuming. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.